Hi, I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. Before we get going with today's video, I just want to take a second to thank Victoria for your contribution to the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you have really serious concerns about what's going on over at Facebook. There seems to be a real breach of security. And me, like many of you, are receiving loads and loads of friends requests. And there is definitely something going on at Facebook, but there is something even creepier, and this topic's come up many times before, but I've been a bit reluctant to talk about it because I don't want to frighten anyone. But with that said, so many victims keep saying things like, I went somewhere and there was a narc. How does the narc know where I'm going to be? I talked to the narc and he knew I'd been talking to so-and-so. So how are these things keeping track of you? I'm going to tell you how they're doing it and how you, if you're still with the narc, can track them as well. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, it is most certainly unsettling when you get home and the narc says, "So, you were talking to Amy today? Were you talking about me?" And you're thinking, holy Jesus, how does this creature know these things? Now, there used to be a time back in the day when you actually had to physically have the phone in your hand to download spyware on it. Now, spyware, of course, can be very useful. In fact, you can even download a GPS app. And many parents have found this very comforting if they've got teens, especially young teenage girls, where they can download these apps. The young person knows that the parents are monitoring their phone. And in most cases, a lot of parents I've talked to, the kid's pretty relieved to know that there is a GPS built into there. So as long as the young person has the phone with them, if they ever went missing, if they were ever abducted, they would be easy to track through this GPS and is a really great little piece of security. So what happens when you have spyware in your phone and you don't know it? What happens when you're suspecting your narc of cheating or God knows what they're up to and you have no evidence of it? Now, spyware can certainly work to your advantage and it can most certainly work against you if you're the one with the spyware in your phone. Now, even a few years ago, you had to have physical access to that phone. You had to be able to get in beyond the security code so you could then download the app. Well, it doesn't work that way anymore. And as you can imagine, technology is just moving forward in leaps and bounds. So I want to talk a little bit about spyware and what would actually be happening if you had spyware on your phone and you didn't know it was there. The narc could listen to your phone calls. They could read your text messages. They could read your emails. They could basically act like the phone was in their hand. They would have pretty much all of the same access to your private information as if they had your phone in their hand. Everything that was happening on your phone would immediately show up on their phone, their laptop or iPad or whatever it is they're using. And it is very hard to know if you have spyware on your phone. Quite often, people are feeling like the narc is psychic or, they've got some kind of soul tie to the thing because the thing just seems to know every move you're making. And I've heard this lots. Now, had you put the spyware on the narc's phone because you were in a situation where you were planning your exit strategy, you were in a divorce battle right now, you were in a child custody battle, you could certainly learn a lot about the narc and have physical evidence of any kind of discrepancies in their behavior. But what if it's you with the spyware on your phone? It's next to impossible for your average person to know if spyware has been put on their phone. That's why if you suspect too many coincidences, the narc just seems to show up where you are, they know that you've moved or changed jobs, or you're just not feeling right about things, something is wrong. it could be spyware. So if you do suspect that, make sure you take your phone in to a qualified technician and ask them to specifically check your phone for a spyware download. My kids are a little bit old for those types of apps, and I've never downloaded spyware on someone's phone, but I will tell you, I strongly suspected years ago that there was a spyware app on my phone. Now, that is part of the reason why today I don't carry a cell phone. I really don't like this new technology's ability to let anyone track me, even if they never have my phone in their hands. So I simply don't have a cell phone anymore. Now, in the description box, I'm going to leave a link to a really good video about spyware, how easy it is to download onto someone's phone, just to really give you guys a heads up. I mean, I don't want to scare anybody, but the reality is, if you're just feeling like the narc's in the know a little bit too much, or if you've been no contact, cut off any, mutual associations that you have with the narc, yet the narc still knows things about you, chances are they've got a monitoring device in your phone. And I think it's really important for those of you who are wondering, why all these coincidences keep occurring. I think you should look into the possibility that there is a spyware app on your phone. Now, I did cruise quite a few videos about spyware, but the link to this guy's video, well, this guy's pretty sneaky, and yeah, he suspected his girlfriend was cheating on him. Whether or not he got that answer, I don't know, but he certainly did get the spyware on her phone. So have a look at that. If you've been feeling like something's a little off, it probably is. Please have your phone checked. Now, I just want to go back to Facebook for a minute and what appears to be a security breach over at Facebook. Now, myself and many of you, I know many of you, started getting friends requests from men. Now, as women, that's what we were getting. But I've also heard from men that they were getting loads and loads of friends requests from what appeared to be beautiful women. Now, in all good common sense, I know most of you, all of you pretty much, have refused those friends requests. So I decided to stick my neck in the noose a little bit and see what was actually going on. Now, I don't know what sets the algorithm there, but initially they were all white middle-aged men in what appeared to be fairly heavily decorated military uniforms. I thought that was pretty weird. So anyways, I did accept some of these friends requests. Well, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. One after the other in droves. Dick pics. Yeah. Dick pics. Lots of them. Claims of love and dick pics. Absolutely horrifying. Requests for nude photos back. So that little experiment did confirm that this is some kind of really, really creepy behavior going on at Facebook. It's wonder how Facebook is so quick to shut down the truth, but allows that to go on. So just be careful at Facebook, unless you want to see some dick. And quite a dick fest it was. I would sign on to Facebook and my whole screen would just light up with messages, those messenger boxes, just one after the other. Dick pics, dick pics. I mean, it was absolutely outrageous. Anyways, I cleaned all that trash out of there. Just be very, very careful when accepting friends requests. If you've been wondering why the narc isn't hoovering you, well, they may be watching absolutely everything that happens on your phone. Check out the description box below. I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. I hope you guys are having a great narc-free day. And remember, always better to be safe than sorry.